Do you have beliefs that are holding you back from true abundance and being the person you were meant to be? In episode 137, I talked to Julie Cairns, author of The Abundance Code and director and producer of the movie. Join in as I talk about some of my top takeaways from that amazing episode. Hello, dreamers. Welcome to the Late Starters Club, giving you the inspiration, mindset, and tools you need to start something midlife and beyond. Remember, it's never too late to follow your dreams. First, a word from our sponsor, me. Are you feeling stuck in your business and aren't sure how to grow? Or maybe you're starting something new and just really don't know what strategy is going to work best for you. Well, then you might need my one on one coaching and consulting. I've personally helped businesses grow to the 6 figure mark and 7 figure mark. Whether it's really diving into your ads and seeing what's wrong, giving you hands on specific advice, or it's just taking a look at your overall strategy and giving you some recommendations for moving ahead. Just go to AndreaVall.com and go to the Consulting and Coaching tab for more information and packages that fit your needs. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. So, I have a confession to make. I have read Julie's book twice now, and I had a huge aha in our interview. So, what I realized is that I used to have a belief that was really around you have to work hard for the money. And so I worked a lot and did a lot of work around that belief. And sometimes it still creeps in. But when I was talking to Julie, I had a belief aha that I realized I had a cyclical pattern that was showing up in my life. And when she was talking about the pattern of wealth and then poverty in her life from when she was young to how she carried that into her future time as she created businesses, I had a huge aha. That was something that was showing up for me too, with something I experienced when I was younger. When I was younger, I would see my parents who had created their own business, just like I've created my own business. And at the end of the month, they would do the bills and see that there wasn't as much money as they thought. They would get upset. And I was realizing that this cyclical pattern was showing up for me in my business right now. And I didn't realize that until I talked to Julie and heard her story and realized that these patterns and these belief patterns show up in different ways, maybe at different times of our lives. And it's a continual work in progress. So I have now gone back to her book, The Abundance Code, and I'm going to try and get into watch her movie as well to work through this a little bit more. But what I wanted to share with you is just that whole idea of identifying that belief and getting really honest with yourself. Because sometimes you don't even realize that belief is there, but it's showing up in a pattern. And I think that was the aha for me is really seeing that there's a pattern. And when you see that problematic pattern, that's when you can really dig under there and dig into that belief. What is below that belief that is creating that pattern? And so that was a huge aha for me. And the other thing that I loved was Julie's idea around breaking those subconscious patterns. And it's really simple. Like she said, it was first about identifying the belief that's there. And then second step was weakening the belief. And then the third step was installing a new belief. And that's all it takes. And it's really about being so honest with yourself that you can see where those beliefs are showing up and then working on them very diligently. The other big top takeaway I had from the interview with Julie was just the idea of trusting the universe. And she had tremendous trust in spending the 3 years it took to make this movie when she had no experience making a movie. She didn't know where the funding was going to come from, and she just went for it. And that's huge. I can't even imagine that kind of trust that it would take to spend so much time on a project you didn't know was really going to work out. And I just was in awe of her and how she did that. But I am going to work on my trusting of the universe, and I have been working on my trusting of the universe for things that are unfolding for me. Like they say, you don't have to see the whole path in order to take that first step and take that next right step towards your goal, and just trusting that the road will rise up to meet you. So I found her whole interview so inspiring, so incredible, and I highly encourage you to go back and watch it if you haven't had a chance. And at the very least, go and buy her book, The Abundance Code, and watch the movie if you can. Hope that was helpful, and make sure you grab the free guide, Top Tools for Late Starters, on the website at latestartersclub.com. And let's turn dreaming into doing.